Hello everyone, this is Mike Rasmussen. Welcome to the Where's Your Next YouTube channel. Like everything, there's an origin story. This is mine. So, my channel has an origin story. Like most superheroes, when you have an origin story, it's something that's, when you read comic books, there's always something very interesting about the origin story. There's a few pieces of the puzzle, if you will, that made it what it was and made it about who it is. And it defines the person, it defines the brand, if you will, of what that hero is all about. And just like every channel that's out there, if you go to a YouTube channel, you'll find that each one has its own unique origin story, or a reason it exists. So let me tell the story. So why Where's Your Next? What does that mean? Think of it this way. Where's Your Next has a lot to do with where you're going in your life and what your future can be. That's the essence of it in a nutshell. So let me start by saying this. 5 years ago, I was sitting in a restaurant in Utah, in Provo, to the south of where I live. And I was having a conversation with my lifetime friend, who I knew from the days we were in middle school band playing clarinet. Dominic is one of these folks who is absolutely brilliant with video and editing. So we were sitting there having a conversation. And at that time, I had just completed a major conference in Las Vegas, Nevada, for SourceCon, which I've been a part of for about 6 years now. 6 or 7 years. In 2018, at that time, having come out of that, we were having a career-based conversation. That conversation led from one thing to another. And there were a few things that popped out. And I talked about how I want to share my ideas. How I wanted to share my ideas about investing, about my journey in recruiting, about career, and so many other things. I started writing down some things down on a napkin. Isn't that how a lot of entrepreneurs start? They do. So that's how it began. So I started writing out some ideas. And then I thought, what could I call it? What would be the best catch-all for everything? What do you do in your career? What do you move? What do you, when you go forward, when you focus on things, when you're really keyed in on your journey? What do you do? Well, you go forward. Entrepreneurs go forward. People who are in the gig economy go forward. So it was called Where's Your Next? 2018, I didn't have any exposure to anything related to the gig work that I now do on the side, mind you, for my career as a recruiter. But that's what started it. So from there, began to take flight, take shape. It was a 5-year journey. So you fast forward to a few things. One thing that happened immediately was I went to another conference about a year later, and the concept of my talk during that was called Go Where You've Never Been. And so you just see that things kind of evolved, and the perspective just kept evolving. And so fast forward to 2020, and in that situation, I became a leader in my church congregation. I led a group of men in what's known as the Elders Quorum President role. If you're in Utah, you know exactly what that is. Let's just say it's a leader of a group of men in a congregation. It's a very difficult role. Imagine having that responsibility, being responsible for all the men in your congregation during COVID-19, and nobody told you that was coming. So you'll see that how remarkable that is, right? So that journey and that leadership taught me a few things as well about how to prepare and how to be proactive, if you will, in the way you do things. Proactivity is a big piece of what my channel is all about. Also, there were other pieces. I started a journey of financial investing and a major interest in it in 2020. Prior, I had as well, but I really started investing in stocks and really kind of taking the plunge and learning about how to do that a lot more religiously in 2020. I'd been doing it kind of on the side up to that point, but then I started investing in dividend stocks, and I found new life, new income, if you will. I started experiencing what it meant to have ownership and what that meant. I started to experience, from the leadership journey, a new way of looking at the world through a different prism than what I thought. And then I tried gig work for my first time, out of necessity, mind you. We needed a little bit of extra income. So I was like, what could I do in addition to the day job? Well, I found delivery, and I found that I loved it. I found that it was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it. Then I got really good at it. And I started to figure out my own strategy and how it worked and all the pieces to it. And as I did gig work, I started to understand dollar per mile ratio and all the other things that went with it. So now you see some of the origin of why my channel will have some gig work, which is close to my heart. As a recruiter of many, many years, 18 to be exact, I also have a focus on career and other things. So that's the origin story. Where's your next? We came up with that idea in 2018, and it stuck. I always knew that that would be the name. I also knew that that would be the brand. And as things started to evolve, so too was my unique perspective on all of it. So, as you can see, 5 pillars of my channel. Number 1, finance and investing. Pretty critical one. Recruiting, career, gig economy, and being proactive in your life and being ahead of the curve for many different things, including mental health and being the best, thriving in your life. Those are some of the key pillars of this channel. And that's the core of it. So there'll be some HR thought leadership and talent focused pieces to it. Human resources, recruiting, talent. There'll be gig economy and being an entrepreneur, investing in yourself, if you will. All these things. So that's the origin story of Where's Your Next. This is about probably about 10 minutes long here, getting the 9-minute mark. But that is, in essence, why I call this channel Where's Your Next. So again, I hope you'll take the journey with me. I'm glad you're here. 2 months ago, I had no subscribers. 2 months later, I have 60. My audience is a mix. Here are some of the people that you'll run into in my recruiting world. Will be folks that are recruiters, obviously, folks that are talent driven. HR people will come here. There will be gig economy people here, lots of you, welcome. And there'll be a wide variety of folks interested in the finance content I start to put out. So as I start investing in my channel, as it gets better, I have a vision to take this to 100,000 subscribers. And I'd love to do it because The where's your next focus is a big piece of what I want it to be. So a lot of my channel will be about thriving in your life. The core concept of this channel is exactly that. Helping organizations thrive, helping entrepreneurs thrive. There'll be some thought leadership along those topics: gig work, entrepreneurship, investing, HR and talent, your own career. That's the core of Where's Your Next. That's the heart of it all. So mine is an all-purpose channel. It will have cross-functional content. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. I hope you find value in it, and I hope it works well for you. So as the channel evolves, so will my content and the way that I look at it. But I hope you have a lot of fun enjoying the journey with me, taking the plunge. It's really about making humanity a better place and thriving along the way. That's my channel in a nutshell. So I hope you have some fun. If you would like to collab, like I just did with John Billings, please do so. If you'd like to be a part of anything at all, a part of the conversation on this Where's Your Next focus, by all means reach out. Love to have a conversation with you. Love to get you involved. That's it. That's my brand. Maybe there'll be merch. Who knows? I'm also inspired by a friend of mine. Her name is Amy Miller. I hope you go check out her channel. Hers is very recruiting focused and demystifying the whole process in the world of recruiting. So my channel will be a lot about that, demystifying these core areas, demystifying gig work, demystifying HR, demystifying your career, demystifying recruiting, making things a better place for everybody involved, and helping you along the way invest in yourself and in your future, which is exactly that part of the investing piece and the wealth management portion that I will have for you. That's some of that content. At the end of the day, I may even get some financial planners on here to talk about their expertise. We'll have a lot of fun along the way as I learn how to edit and how I do make my quality of my videos get better over time, which is exactly what happens in a YouTube channel. You get better as you go. So that's the origin story. I hope it resonates. I hope you get value out of this. Welcome to my channel. Like and subscribe. Let's have a journey together and have some fun. Welcome. See ya. Mike out.